What's up, witches? It's the Lunar Priest and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about the Morrigan. But before we do, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me to continue making content and I really appreciate it. And yeah, so hopping right in, the Morrigan is a very multifaceted dark goddess. Now, a lot of times she has been feared in certain cultures. She's been kind of given this reputation, and that's a lot of dark goddesses. I would say that there's a little bit of controversy that surrounds many goddesses and dark goddesses in general, and probably just women in general. But this video is for those who are maybe interested in working with her, who want to get their foot in the door, who are just doing a little refresher on goddesses, or maybe you're just curious. I've worked with the Morrigan quite a bit. I have an altar set up to her at all times. I do think that it's important to note that the Morrigan is literally personified through so many goddesses. I mean, there are countless Celtic emanations of the Morrigan, and some of them are literally Morgen, some of them are under other aliases. There are so many different stories about her. She's a very shape-shifty goddess, if you will, and that is one of her archetypes, is the shapeshifter, the seeress, the Queen of War. She's sometimes even associated to like Ishtar, which a lot of dark goddesses go back to Ishtar, I think, and you find that as you kind of dig into the theology of dark goddesses. And there are tons of books to work with her if you do the right type of research, because there are a lot of priestesses of Morgan who have done so much work with her and done so many dedicated works about her, because it's kind of hard to find things on how to work with her. Stephanie Woodfield is a great resource. She's done countless like calls and rituals and outlined so many things on how to work with different faces of the Morrigan. I have two of her books. I have the Dark Goddess Craft, and then I also have Celtic Lore and Spellcraft of the Dark Goddess, and I'm sure she has even more resources, and there's other countless things if you just kind of dig deep on what people do to become priestesses of Morgan and to work with her. But ultimately she is very much about keeping the whimsy and the feminine intuition and that deep depth of self alive, while also being a fierce warrior of self, a very embodied, empowered, sovereign queen who is able to cultivate things outside of herself as she is within. She's very high priestessy. She's very much into embracing the self and not feeling shame and not feeling disempowered. She wants to feel like her femininity and her softness and her gentleness is safe, because she's also able to go way out and connect to all different archetypes and to protect and be fierce and be as bold and as masculine as any of these other warrior archetypes. So again, a lot of shape-shifting goes on with her. She's very highly psychic. She's often associated to cattle and crows, and there's so many animal totems, honestly, to do with the Morrigan. And I would also like to mention that she's often associated to the 9 sisters, which I know Laura Cabot talks a bit about in her Book of Shadows. The 9 sisters, or 9 ladies, are all of these sisters that are featured in so many different theological and mythological stories. And Morgan Le Fay, I personally know most about her as one of the 9 sisters because she rules over my birthday, and so of course I've done a little bit of self-centered research on her. So ultimately, this goddess has made me personally feel very accepted, very chosen, very initiated. I feel like she knows my full story. She's taken the time to really understand the depths of me, and she kind of is Piscean in the sense that she feels like she's a part of me. She feels like she's done so much intense love and work and things like that, that she is able to really tap in deep into my subconscious layers and make me feel very accepted and seen, and she's ultimately acting for my highest and best and my alignment and my empowerment, so I can trust her navigational system the way I would trust my own. I also feel that when I first started working with her, she definitely did a scan of everyone around me. She made it obvious who wasn't really in alignment and who was. She sent a lot of animal totems my way. She introduced me to a lot of her other dark goddessy friends. She empowered me to step into my role as a witch in this world, as a teacher, as a shapeshifter, as an embodied, empowered, feminine, independent leader. But seriously, she definitely wants to make sure that you're operating at full capacity and that your dreams are always moving to come true. But you must have also profound compassion and self-acceptance to do such work. And that is also what she's great at. And to have that level of vulnerability of self, you have to be willing to use your sword of sovereignty, cutting off the people that don't make you feel seen. You have to be able to shift accordingly to your dreams, but not to please other people. So she really helps to get you back into your etheric and dreamy state so that you can make adjustments accordingly to what you want to become. And I think that the fear bias that surrounds her is also a level of protection of that kind of power. If you're willing to venture into your own dark territories with her, she sits in that dark zone and in that astral realm, if you will. So those who are willing to go to those levels of expansion usually have what it takes to work with her. And I think that she is so multifaceted that you couldn't really talk about her in a video. I just kind of wanted to share very briefly what I know about her. I've done tons of rituals with the Morgen. Again, I work with her a lot, and I feel that she's a very deep part of me at this point. I feel that I am a channel of Morgen just in my everyday life. I think she's constantly guiding and helping and assisting and protecting. I call on her from everything from, okay, I'm feeling feelings of jealousy and I'm pissed off right now and I need your help and I'm sending the crows after X, Y, and Z. And she's like, I got you, but just give it to me, you know, and I'll handle things. And that is like the vibe that I get from her in my moments of anger, is I can be vulnerable with her. But then in my moments of like love and dedication, it's very just sovereign and beautiful and like balanced, and there's such an honor and a reverence for the psychic realms and the greater beyond of astral explorations and just like exploring consciousnesses and getting in and like twiddling our psychic fingers through the strands of what our interests are. And I think that she really responds well to that like feminine creative softness mixed with the, this is who I am right now, or I'm not showing up today in my full self, so I need help. And she understands that part of me really well, and so I'm guessing that's something that she also natively has within herself and kind of helps to find temperance and to also still have fun and create an exciting creative life while honoring the reality of our femininity and our emotions. So with that, I hope you got something. If you've ever worked with Morgen, leave a comment below. If you have a different experience, I'd love to hear it. I am just sharing my own experience, so take what you like and leave the rest. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!